It's J-Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? I don't know what's going on with this delay. My computer running slow, but we here to break down this Power Book 4, Episode 9, latest episode. And boy, was it a banger. I mean, I make the pinky swear. I ain't like that part. You go kidnap Tommy and Miguel only to squeeze their pinky finger with some pliers. I do a pinky swear. Anyway, I see my screen is frozen. I don't know what's going on right now, but my computer and everything is lagging real bad right now. So please bear with me. It just clicked back on. But we got for last episode, it was Darnell. This episode is Diamond. We didn't hey, and also, so we just saw this episode, Diamond get popped. He may live, but I doubt it. But didn't I tell y'all with my predictions? Let me do. I'm tooting my own horn. Do. I told y'all that either Marshall was gonna take out D-Mac or D-Mac was gonna take out Marshall. I said that was gonna probably come down to it. And what's so messed up is that Marshall had the drop on him, put it up, and then he pulled the gun out and took him out. And what's crazy is Marshall violated the number one rule, especially the number one rule when you're dealing with real street people that commit those kind of crimes, is that you never pull a gun on a person unless you plan on using it. You can't pull a gun on no street dude like Darnell. You can't pull a gun on Darnell, pointed at him point blank range, talking about you take him out, but only because you brothers not get out, and you done told him to get out, and you ain't got no love for him and this and that, and you putting guns to his head, and you think what, he just gonna be like, okay. I thought that was a big mistake with Marshall, thinking that what, it's gonna be all right after you did that, and that's the second or third time you done kicked him out. I see my damn face is frozen. I don't want my face to look that ugly that long, so damn, it's still there. Darnell! That's my Darnell face. Damn, man, what the hell is this with the screen frozen? It's getting on my nerves. There we go. Yeah, but anyway, you never pull your gun on a person unless you're gonna use it. Plus, they were too close. First of all, you don't be that close on somebody like that. And then the last and final step, and this is something that they teach you in fighting and things, is you protect yourself at all times. So you don't turn your back on somebody. You don't lower your weapon. He should have just said, get out, kept your gun in your hand or raised or whatever. You don't put it up, turn your back, and then talking about you still here, get out. Nah. Like, hold on. Hold up. Wait. As Nate Dogg once said. What's going on with this damn computer, man? Let me get to some of these comments right quick, y'all. Encouraging Warrior. Yeah, it was a great episode. Good morning and Happy New Year. Merry New Year, everybody. Hope everybody have a Happy New Year. You know, hope everybody have a blessed year, blessed day. So Nat, what's good, sis? Rashonda, hey girl, how you doing? Sean Tor, what's good? You say this was a great episode. I know, right? It was pretty good. Couple things though. I hate that Diamond. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead. What's good, Freeze? I'm gonna say this about this episode. Everybody be hard on Diamond about his acting, and I will say his acting ain't the best. I ain't gonna sit there and say, he a new Denzel on the rise, but I think he did good this episode. He was trying to tell his little heartfelt side of the story with Jannard and the church and everything. He came to a little confessional. I was like, oh yeah, I think Jannard about to die. I didn't see that with Diamond, but I will say this, man. It's kind of hard being a big dude sometimes. And I ain't a big dude, so it ain't like I'm necessarily speaking from a place of knowledge, but from my experience around guys and stuff and things on camera, it's like a big dude got a different kind of swag, man. It just do. And they probably don't be all emotional and stuff like that with Diamond all the time. And people, they don't have to talk the way some other people talk as much and things because, a lot of times things are different, even in like fights. Sometimes people think big dudes all know how to fight, but a lot of times they can carry themselves a certain way and they don't get tested. My point is, I think a lot of people be hard on Diamond sometimes, but I think he just got some, he's just a big dude, you know what I'm saying? And that's, how it is. But I think I think he did some good acting this episode for a big guy. I mean, I ain't saying he's gonna break out the awards and all, but you know, he did all right. I mean, it's always touch and go. Like when he was smashing that little girl, Chinese lady, Madam Wu. He was getting a little bit of that Wu-Tang up in that basement. First of all, that damn couch dirty as hell. You over here smashing on the gang couch. That's the gang couch. I mean, that's why they gang bang on that guy. Hey, this is where we gang bang. Literally, we bang and we gang. You know what I mean? But anyway, he on that dirty ass couch, probably got all kind of dust mites up her booty. But he smashing there in that basement. And then when Jannar like, man, I thought I told you don't be smashing Madam Wu. Hey man, I know what I do. I got it. I'll do it. I mean, that was kind of whack. But at the same time, I mean, what he supposed to say. So I kind of give him credit on just big guy swag in a way. You know what I mean? What he supposed to, hey man, I got this. Anyway, shout out to D-Mac and Marshall this episode. They did some, oh man, and then I gotta get to Tommy Mama too. Oh my God. Now that she did, oh man, I don't know what to say about her. Anyway, we see D-Mac. First of all, he tall as hell, ain't he? But he why he have to do his damn, and again, I don't want to necessarily put it on the actors because actors don't write. They actors and the writers write it. But why did they write the little remix from Boys in the Hood when Ricky got shot? Why he do this, man? He tried to do with Ricky, man. When he was in there with Nia Long after Ricky got shot, except he ain't getting no booty. And this fool is confessing to shooting Ricky. Like, you can't be in that bad talk about what he did and what he made you do and what happened. And man, it's always this and that. You the one did it, fool. You could have just left. Anyway, he did went and confessed to Merck and Marshall to Shorty. You know you didn't messed up, right? I'm saying, you didn't messed up. And you know what's really wild? This lets you know you got a kind of a messed up family structure or family environment. is that he over here talking to Tommy, talking about what he had to do to Marshall, and he like, wait a minute, you killed him? All right, we talk about that later. Okay, first of all, like, wow, you can murk people, and that ain't even the topic of the main importance. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even the most. You killed him. All right, we'll come back to that. First of all, like what? Anyway, another thing I saw this episode that I just gotta be honest, because y'all know I keep it a buck. I see why they didn't put me in this. And you know what? It probably was better that they didn't bring Rojas out of jail. Because, you know, I see some things that they could have been doing with my storyline that they got with old boy, like with them big titties floating in the pool. They could have did that with me. I could have did that. But, you know, maybe they figured, you know, hey, man, it's easier to just have him in the pool and he can just walk in and walk out or do this or do that. And, you know, they probably was like, you know what? Enough with the extra stuff. Let's just have it simple. You know, so I get it. And from a business standpoint, it is what it is. But a lot of these things I've seen this season with was it Marquez Cartel? I think they kind of blended in that storyline. And, you know, like when he was still in prison, came out of nowhere, where he come from, you know, and this anyway, it makes sense to me. I like how they kind of did it. Although I think some stuff is done corny. For example, and I hate that they keep doing this, man, on this show. Tommy supposed to be a tough gangster, right? He a OG. He been doing this. We've been watching him do this at least 10 years. He been doing it all his life. It ain't like he used to work on Wall Street. You still don't know when you got beef to look both ways when you come out your damn house or wherever you at? How do people come sneak up on him? They were about to jack him. What is it? The RSDs or whatever roll up. And then another van rolls in between them, shoots them out, and do some of this stuff is too much like a movie, man. I mean, I get it, it's a show, but you know how hard that is to coordinate a drive-by, and right before they pull the trigger, the next one come, open up the door, shoot them, grab him, take him. Good grief, these people have got military training, military tactics, man, precision. And that was Shay's people, and they did all of that only to say, I'm going to teach you a lesson, okay, you Blanquito. I'm going to show you what happens when you don't listen to me. You know what I'm going to do? You see this table with all of the torture device? I got all the torture device. I can take this and stick it up your boo-boo. I can do that. I can take and pull out your eye. I can do it. I can take your tongue and cut it off. I can do that. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make you pinky swear. Not the pinky, not the pinky. Oh my God. Really? You gonna squeeze my damn pinky finger to death? No, not the vice grips. Not the vice grips. Dude. Really? I'd have rather seen him punch Tommy in the face. Shut up talking. I'd have been like, ooh, that shut your ass up, didn't it? What you got to say? Huh? He talking about, what you say, Tommy? Huh? Tommy walked out of there like, they showed Tommy walk out of the interrogation. He just looked at his finger like, hey, okay. And then he talking about some, until you give me my money, he stays here. Hell, that could have been Tommy's way to get rid of Miguel right there. Straight up. Hey, it was a problem at the ATM. Straight up. It was the same thing when Ghost with the Jamaican Moline people showed up. I know, right? Like, this is wild, man. They put this stuff together. It's just kind of hard to do, man. Shout out to DeMarcus Vaughn with the super chat. Said we lost Dre and Bakari from the Shy, aka Stacy Marks and Marshall in force. Bakari finally got his karma. I know, right? It wasn't Ronnie though that got him. I'm gonna make sure you get it one way or the other. But that is true. They took out our power Shy spinoff characters. And also, I'm gonna give another shout out to somebody some of y'all may not know, but we got the same agent, and this damn thing freezing, getting on my nerves. But they had him in this episode. He was the informant. He had a whole bunch of screen time this episode. Shout out to Ed. And what's crazy with that is that they let Ed kill somebody this episode, which of course it was so obvious when he trying to give everybody bottled water. Okay, gangsters, here's the bottled water handout. You guys gotta stay hydrated. Gangsters need hydration too. It's hot outside. The AC don't work. I don't want y'all filing a complaint with HIPAA or OSHA in regards to the work environments or healthcare safety with our organization. Okay, we just passed our second round of funding, and we're trying to provide health care, 401k, and we don't want to lose that. So here, drink the water, please. No, it's okay, Hans. I'm not thirsty. I feel different. Oh, okay, come here, man. I had a friend with the agua. Yeah. He done gave them some Diddy water. Here, drink this Diddy water. You'll be real hydrated. Now, when you wake up, you may have your pants down below your butt cheeks, but hey, at least you, didn't pass out dying of thirst. You done gave him some Diddy water. Oh, my God. I didn't get to some of these comments. I didn't miss what the hell you done said, Christian. 100% better actress. Glad 300-pound lady gone. Who the 300-pound lady? I didn't miss what the hell you was saying. But you know who I thought was whack this episode? Tommy Mama. She was whack, man. What I didn't like, there's a couple things with her character I didn't like. For one, you said the DEA, the 300. Dude, you wild, man. I ain't even paid her enough attention to be. Anyway, Tommy Mama. See, I didn't like how Maria called her behind his back, and then he had to like do it. Although Tommy should have called his mama to let her know JP was dead. I mean, that was kind of foul. But what I ain't like is that why is she driving his car? And what car was he driving? He only got one car. Why he can't rent a car? He got all this money. He only got one car, the loudest, most obvious car in the city. Why is she driving that? How is Jannard finding them so easy? It's just, I don't know, man. It's things like this that messes up for me a little. It make it look like a small town. Like, it's so busy in Chicago and so much going on. It's not that easy. You'd have to be with them all day to follow where the hell they went and what's going on. Like they show them doing, I don't know. That stuff tweaked me out. But anyway, Jannard wants to take her out, and in his mind, he gonna what? Get revenge because Marshall is gone, and they tried to get Marshall to take out Darnell, but he tried to tell Darnell get out and give him a heads up, and look what it got him. So now he want to get some revenge, and what he do is what? He gonna take out Tommy Mama. Okay. I mean, hey, I ain't in this type of life for the revenge game, but all right, I get it. But what I don't get is why you walk up trying to choke her, or telling her I'm gonna do you like your son, or pull out the gun and then do what? He was high. So what? He can't think of a knife? He's so high, but you could track this woman down and follow her and do all of this. And you don't know when people gonna leave out of house and stuff. So how you know? I don't know, man. I'd have rather him just stab her or something, or hit her upside the head and they keep going. He could have walked up behind her and just boop, hit her with a bat upside the head. I mean, hey, I ain't saying there's nice things going on. Hey, it's ugly business. But I think all that choking on the side of the car and playing around and arguing and saying all what you did and what's going to happen to you. And then I'm like, dude, please stop. Anyway, let me get to some of these comments right quick. Encouraging Warrior, how did Kate get to Chicago? Did she drive or fly? They did say, again, all of us only seen this once, but I remember Maria saying she called her or something. I think she said she got a flight. I'm not sure. But I do not like, is the other thing I don't like with Tommy's mama this episode, is that we see Maria later in that episode on the phone trying to get a one-way ticket to Mexico. And she walk in like, are you leaving, my boy? Because I'll cut you, bitch. You ain't leaving the family. Once you're in for life. That's my boy. You ain't going nowhere. That's my grandbaby. It's like, man, I can see where Tommy get this little gangster possessiveness from. I mean, if that was my mother-in-law and I was her, I'd be like, oh, man, this broad tweaking. I need to get the hell out of here. Straight up. Oh, on a side note, look, y'all, I went and got my fume. Now this, if people smoke and you want to stop smoking or stop vaping. Now this is not no commercial. This is my own thing and I ain't getting paid for this, and I make it quick. This is what? Compressed air. Well, not compressed, flavor air. So that's the flavor in this. See, nothing come out because it's just air. There's no chemical, but you do kind of feel a little something. I mean, you ain't gonna get no buzz or nothing like that, but I don't know. We'll see how it go. That's why I don't do no commercials, because if it's whack, I want to be able to say it. Anyway, say Janara, stop it. Hold on, y'all. Hey, man, don't you ever say I'm high. Hey, that's another thing that's kind of corny. This episode is like everybody kept on like all in him, like, you high, you under there, you high as a kite. And to me, I mean, I don't know what the hell he doing. They say what, fentanyl. I mean, I don't know what fentanyl tweakers do. Fall out, go to sleep. But he ain't act like he was tweaking to me. But hey, what the hell do I know, right? Anyway, what else? Oh, this is a shout out to everybody that die on the show. They gotta have a funeral. I keep telling people, no, they don't. That's them paying an actor to lay in the damn box. That's a budget cut right there. You gonna pay me all day to just lay down? Okay. So I don't think they're gonna do that too many times in the future, to be honest, with the way the industry going and budget cuts, unless they work it into a day they already was shooting. But if they got to schedule a day of shooting just so that you can lay in a damn casket, I don't know, man. They gotta have a good budget on that show. But we saw Darnell Batty, JP body under a sheet at the, which I don't know why they was outside, but outside of a funeral home. Tommy gave him a big old Mississippi knot and said, you know, take care of him. But then when it comes to the other two, Kilo and his partner, he said you could do whatever with that, burn it and churn it. But who in the world picked that big old King Kilo dead body and carried it out that house? That had to be difficult without anybody seeing. Come on, man. I don't know. And then what's so wild to me this episode, although it was a good episode, I'm gonna get to the end. Is that they were both in the same spots they always in, but everybody acting like they don't know where everybody at. Where was Diamond and Jannard all episode? In that old Rap City ass basement. He was even tearing up some booty on that old gangbang couch. That old gang-banging couch. Anyway, where was Tommy and his people at? Darnell. At Tommy house all this time, where he always at. Like, if they really was trying hard to find each other, they could have found each other. Like, you don't need, where he at? You need to tell me I got an inside man. You don't need no damn inside man. It wasn't until the very end when they actually moved somewhere, went to the church, and, you know, see how that went. But, you know, I was thinking, like, come on, man. And also, W. Krowowitz got a good point. The cops didn't come to that house, which, if it would have been maybe a or maybe 2 gunshots, maybe, but that was a lot of gunshots in that house. And I get in the hood or certain areas, people don't call the police, but that was a lot. Who knows? I don't know, but it was questionable. Another thing I thought, and I did like this, but again, I don't know. It's only so much they can show in an hour. I get it. I ain't trying to get too technical, but we see my boy Steve, Stacy Mark's husband, uh, Bobby is finally starting to get on to, I keep forgetting his name. What is it? Changalang, PF Chang over here. Anyway, he finally getting on to it. I think I remember another lady in the office said something to him that kind of gave him the idea, oh, Changalang may be on to something. But then she told him, what, if you go mess with him or mess with Tommy and mess up this case, I'm gonna mess you up, basically. I'm gonna arrest. I mean, I don't know how much can come of this in one episode. You know, they've been doing a replay of Game of Thrones on HBO lately. And man, Game of Thrones is better than people give it credit on how it ended, in my opinion. But the point I'm bringing this up is that, I don't know, I forgot, but I remember the last episode being a little longer, but I think like the last 3 episodes were like an hour and a half or so on Game of Thrones. I know it's too late for that on this show, but it would be good to see at least an hour, 20 minutes, hour and a half on this finale, because it's a lot to tie up, in my opinion. And I like to see it done a little better. But with that regards, we see Bobby follow Changalang and sees, or was he following the lawyer? Either way, he sees them talk and then get the envelope, slide it in the left pocket. He like, oh, okay, he in on the take. All right. So I want to see how that play out. You know, and also we saw Vic basically sign a statement saying it was Tommy that had everything going on in return of what? Getting free. And he was on a private jet with Shorty. Like, if Vic comes back to Chicago, he deserves to die. Straight up. Dude, you was on a private jet with your main squeeze out. Why would you come back and get back involved in this stuff? It's stupid. So I want him to go. If he come back, he deserved to go. Shout out to Dark Flash Yushiba. Are you gonna be in Legacy? Let's keep these fingers crossed, man. I hope so. Nah, man. I don't know, man. The way these things work, with all honesty, is truthfully, it's in writers' hands. Whatever they write and decide and do with characters, then those characters, they start to cast them or bring them back or do whatever. So as far as Power Legacy, if they already started filming it, I ain't in it. It's pretty much that simple. If it's already being filmed, well, I can let you know now, I ain't in it. And if it's going to be filmed, they ain't called me yet. So hey, I'm waiting. My phone right here. I'm just playing. But no, I ain't in it, man. So it is what it is. But like I was saying a little earlier, I don't know if you saw it. I think some of the storylines with Marquez and stuff were planned for my character. But I think, you know, they made a business decision or whatever, and they decided, let's go ahead and just move on with this character. He has the look, which I will say, they wanted me to be the Hispanic Rojas gang leader, but they didn't want me to speak with an accent. And so with me speaking like this, I guess they figured, because the way this show is made, it's a very ethnic show. It's like basically a race war show, if you really think about it. You got the black gang, the Italian gang, the Irish gang, the Mexican gangs. So maybe they felt, I'm all assuming all of this, but maybe they felt we could get a real authentic Hispanic person to play the Mexican gangster. And we don't have to deal with, you know, if he can't do this or not do that, or if we get him in the pool or do whatever. So they probably felt like, you know, F that. It was a nice, whoever was the writer that started with that, just it might have been good, but they might have been overruled on that storyline and maybe forced to combine those ideas into a different, or rewrite it into a different gang. And who knows, man. But, you know, that's my opinion on that. I think that's what they did. They figured, let's get a real Mexican and do that. They make everything racial. So, you know, it is what it is. It's good TV, I guess. But it's all black or white, you know, or Mexican or this or that stuff, you know. And it's kind of messed up in the sense because, like, they do this stuff with Jannard or Diamond, and they always calling Tommy this white motherfucker or this or that. But What if Tommy was always talking about, man, I got to go work with these black motherfuckers. I got to go work with these Mexican motherfuckers. Everybody would hate Tommy. Man, F him. He a racist, but he want to use us to sell his drugs, but we always this or that, da. You know, I ain't necessarily capping for Tommy or white or black or this or that, but I think some of this stuff is played out a little bit, you know. Good entertainment and all, but really, if y'all about money, who give a damn? But anyway, Stephen Harris, you said Ray and Vic left Chicago. I know, right? Yeah, that's normally what happens when you get on a private jet. You leave, and the key is, will they come back? Because if they come back, then they deserve what they get. But yeah, they definitely got a chance to get the hell out of there. But you know, and what's crazy is on the preview for the next episode, people think Tariq, aka Taweek, Weak, will be in this last episode. And I have been one of the people that didn't think so. And I just recently learned about Power Legacy a couple weeks ago. And after watching the trailer for the next episode, I will say I think Tariq may be in this next episode. I do think that. Which, you know, would be interesting, definitely. But yeah, man, I kind of don't like that Tommy, because in the preview he said, I'm gonna call in a favor. He don't know no damn body. So I'm guessing he probably may call Tariq. But my point is, you know, I just hate it's like everybody to me hustles backwards on this show. Not everybody, but the main people are hustling backwards. So like Darnell, D-Mac, and Marshall, they got a real hustler's origin story to me. You broke, you ain't got certain family members or family members struggling. You ain't got but so much education, or it wasn't for you, only but so much opportunities. You trying to do something, make something happen. You get mixed in the streets. You trying to serve, hustle to make something happen for yourself. I understand. That makes sense to me. When we see like Tariq, you was in the penthouse. You hustling backwards, fool. You done hustle to the penthouse to the streets. Like, if anything, you should have been hustling to go be some damn Fortune 500 person or something, CEO, before you do that. But anyway, I think he hustling backwards. You know, a few other people hustling backwards, and who else? Braden, a bunch of people on this show. I mean, Tommy, in a way, if he supposedly got so much money, but we really kind of don't know what he got. Shanti, I wouldn't necessarily say she going backwards, because she trying to go up to the next level maybe, and figure, hell, how much money a woman's gym or a boxing gym really bringing in. I mean, I don't know. So, you know, we'll see. It was somebody else I was about to say, and it slipped my mind right quick. JKE, you say, yeah, Jay, this show always fails to give dudes crews or legit loyal guys they can call at any moment. Tommy ain't got no damn friends. Man, he don't. And they kind of addressed that a little this episode, which is, and really, men, as we get older, we lose more friends than we'll make. And that's just regular men not in the dope game. But they did have this kind of address this episode when Diamond was talking with Tommy at the lakefront. He like, how we get here, Tommy? We could have had this whole city. But you know, they were like each other's friend to a certain extent. They were each other's only friend, really. And, you know, because of the way things go, he looked at it as your brother got involved and messed it up. That's what Tommy say with him and Diamond. But, you know, Diamond and Tommy, they had a business partnership, but were they really hanging out and chilling with each other? Not really. It wasn't really friends. So, you know, it is kind of, you know, it's difficult to kind of call it, but yeah. And for him at this age to get friends, Diamond probably the only person could have been his friend because everybody else would work for him. You normally don't hang out with people you work with or work for you. So as you get older as men, and if you have anything going for yourself, it gets more difficult, at least in my opinion, to have friends and stuff. CR, you say it's stupid to have Tommy need the whole damn point of the freaking spinoff was to show Tommy figure it out by himself as the top person. Now he listening to everyone. That's a good point. And hell, Tommy only got 3 seasons too. So, you know, it is a good point that Tommy really didn't get it figured out. They could do the same thing they did with Tariq, and we see Tommy figure it all out in the next episode. They made Tariq figure out everything in the final episode. So, you know, but that is true. Um, they kind of a victim of their own, you know, success, their own type of writing in a sense, because if Tommy did figure it out, as we know, it ain't no show. But if he don't figure it out, it's drama and it's good, but then it don't make sense. Like, how you supposed to be a boss, been doing this for so long, and you still making these rookie mistakes, you know? So it is kind of difficult to balance it, to keep people coming in, tuning for more, but at the same time, make it make sense. So, which is why the great shows like Sopranos and stuff like that, or The Wire or whatever, you know, hold up so high over time. But this show is good for what it worked. Like every show fits a certain genre or niche. You know what I mean? You can't expect every show to be everything, you know. And this right here is like a gangster action show. It's like a Rambo or something. You know, you didn't expect Rambo to be, you know, having all of the historical this or that. You wanted to see some bombs blow up and people get their ass kicked, you know? And it's basically to that point. Basically like Rambo, gangster Rambo. So, you know, it is what it is. Um, I'm wondering for this final finale of this season, what's gonna happen with what's his name? Miguel. And I'm wondering how it's all gonna play out. Is Maria gonna be all right? Because they keep threatening her life. They've kind of played that angle, which is one of the things that's kind of hard with a show like this, meaning a show that's had a bunch of spinoffs, is that you probably will run into similar themes. And Tommy always losing the one he loved is, or basically Ghost or everybody. They all losing the one they love on these shows. Like nobody girlfriend makes it. Really? Damn. If that's the case, I don't think these type of dudes will have females in their life no more. You know what I mean? But yeah. So some of these themes can get reused too much sometimes. But overall, I think you know, it get the job done. Um, Now I'm gonna go ahead and break down my rating for this episode. My MOORESCORE. I ain't gonna be on too late tonight. It's the first of the year, first of the month, all in one, and I'm wore out. But I know everybody was ready for this, and I wanted to go ahead and go on and watch it. I didn't really get my normal prep for it, but we go ahead and break it down and see how it goes. So let me go ahead and do my MOORESCORE rating. I got to replay it now. I'm looking at Goofy Darnell. Why they make people with handguns just stand up and shoot as if they behind brick walls? He in a wide open thing shooting, and he got shot in his shoulder. And then Diamond jumped in front of Jannard. Anyway, let me go ahead and break down this rating for this episode, and I'll be back. All right, y'all. The MOORESCORE is my rating system I use. Real simple. Just 4 categories, 25 points each. Add it up, give you $1. You can always drop a decimal point, get a score of 1 to 10. Now, the visuals and cinematography, they tried to do a couple things different this episode. It was something where they showed somebody with Vic and the dude at the table, sang-a-lang, and they kept showing the camera flipping back and forth. I'm like, man, what they think? This some like courtroom interrogation? You know you done messed up. But they tried. When they tried to do the Jannard and Diamond shootout and he cried and things, you know, and also I kind of felt it a little bit when they was doing the camera stuff with Jannard and Diamond talking a little bit. It made me, I mean, they did a little bit better job than the normal. It's a couple things, though, where it kind of made it look a little weird, like how they pulled up about to shoot Tommy and then the other van pull up perfectly. And you can actually see that van bend the curb while Tommy walking to the car, and it was loud. If I was Tommy, ain't no way that car could have turned that corner and I didn't go. I would have broke my neck looking to see who the hell that is coming around the corner when you got all these people coming to get you. But overall, I will give, out of a top score of 25, I will give this I give it a 21. They did a little better than they average. A couple things maybe didn't land right, but overall, it was a little better than usual. The storyline and plot. The storyline and plot for this episode, it was pretty good. I mean, hell, Diamond. How many people say that Diamond wasn't gonna make it this episode? I know, of course, a lot of people Monday morning quarterback it, but I wasn't seeing that people was thinking that at first, and I think people may have expected Jannard or somebody to go before Diamond. Hell, I thought that D-Mac or Marshall would go before Diamond. And to see Marshall get taken out is sad. I'm going to have to reach out to my boy Ahmad, see if he come on the show. I'm going to have to ask him what it's like getting dome pieced and not the way we like. Anyway, I'm going to give this storyline and plot, I'm going to give this one I'm going to give it a 23, man. I like this episode, you guys. I almost gave it a 24, to be honest. I like this episode, man. I like last episode, too. Although, it do got some points, but overall, I liked it. Let's say the special effect, makeup, costumes. Costumes, they wear the typical modern clothes that we wear. But the special effects, makeup, They did pretty good this episode with the diamond getting shot. I mean, I guess what, put 2 red dots on his chest ain't that much, but what else happened? Oh, Marshall. Yeah, and you know what? I have to give him credit, man. He dropped like a bad habit after he got shot too. So um I'm gonna have to give it they got the P Valley commercial on here with Miss Mississippi. I ain't seen her in a minute. Anyway, that was distracting. I'm gonna give it a I'm gonna give him a I'm gonna give it a 21. 21 out of 25. And last but not least, entertaining, fun factor. Of course, the most important category, which is was it entertaining? Did you enjoy it? And I did. I'm looking forward to watching it again. And so, with that being said, I think I'll give it a 23. It was pretty good, bringing it to a total most score of an 88, which you can have as an 8.8, or you can always round it up to a 9. I always leave a 0.5 margin of movement on my most score. So if some people think it was a 93 or 83 or whatever the case, I could see the case to be made. But overall, it was a good episode. Really can't complain. And, it was fire. I don't know if it was necessarily better than last episode, but it was about as good as it could, as comparable as they would be, in my opinion. So I don't know. You all let me know in the comments, what would you rate it? Let's see. Bobby Bailey, you say, I seen that trailer for episode 10. Tommy was telling somebody he's called in for a favor. Could be Tariq. Yeah, that's what he said at the end. And, that's kind of whack. But at the same time, I get it. It's bringing in to tie into a new show and other things. But needing Tariq for a favor when he should be needing Uncle Tommy. But, things happen. And I'm wondering how much could Tariq really help? What was, I mean, I don't know. Beta made it seem like he got so much connections and money. What, he got connections with attorneys and product in London or something now, or something. I don't know. Frederick Young, Maria is so sweet and kind for making a one-way flight to Mexico for Kate. Jannard traumatized Kate. You think that's what that was? So Kate, this episode, walked in on her making flight reservations, and she came and said, you ain't leaving my boy, are you? And she could have been like, no, you are leaving. I don't want you and your macaroni and cheese. I don't need no more. I don't want to eat your white rice. We don't have no white rice. I'm tired of baked potato. I don't want to baked potato. It's no good. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't think that she was booking a flight for herself though, because she could have been did that. Now, is she finally realizing maybe that, she in over her head? Keep moving. Who catch your breath? Oh, possibly. But like they say, better late than never. But damn, this would be late, wouldn't it? See? Just air. Anyway, we'll see how it works. You might see me like Jannard. It was calling me, man, that the air ain't no more. I'm aired out. I'm airing them out like Tommy in this moment. Blah. Anyway. All right, y'all. Let's see some more comments before I go. I get about another 5 minutes or so. Bobby Bailey, you said Tariq not coming alone. I hope not. He better not, because he definitely can't do but too much. Chosen King, R.I.P. Diamond. Bobby Bailey, Diamond died so easy. I mean, bullets normally do that. Now, if you think it was whack how he died, I'm kind of with you on that. He sacrificed his life for Jannard. You ain't gonna take out my brother. It's my fault I brought you in this. No. I saved you, bro. I saved you. I do like, though, how him and Jannard finally had a real conversation that we could see. And he finally talked to him about what's up with you and Tommy from the get-go. And so when he was like, when I got out, I had been in there for a minute. I wasn't sure if I could still do it. And it made more sense a little bit now. His confidence was low. And maybe Tommy, because Tommy, I will say, has a lot of confidence. Maybe that made him feel better getting back in it, whereas his little brother had been holding it down and running it while he was in there. He probably didn't see him as the man he sees him as now, and it took him a minute, really these last few episodes, he finally listening, when he was like, let him talk, Tommy. He finally started listening and not seeing him as little brother or somebody that was holding on, but could they really have made it work? When the truth is, yeah, he could have really made it work. He was, but you didn't want to see it, so you didn't see it. And now a little too late. But overall, Diamond, I'm kind of surprised he lasted as long as he did in a way. I definitely didn't think that when I was I didn't think when we did that first episode he would be going on and on and on to the end. Not that I was hating or nothing, but it's a new show and a new character, and I didn't see it. But a lot of stuff I don't know. Jigga, you say anybody notice D-Mac left his blower on Marshall's kitchen counter? He probably the only one that's gonna end up going to jail. Dang, I didn't notice that, but he do touch everything in that place. But that's a thing that has driven me crazy about the Power Universe for years. Anybody that's been watching this channel, I've been tripped on them touching shit all the damn time, never wearing no gloves or nothing. Do Angie voice, Jamie, no. Jamie, I told you your song is no good. He gonna be a weak little punk when he grow up. Jamie. That's with Maria. Yeah. Let me tell you something. That is your mom. She lost her song. You gotta go do it. You're like, oh man, I lost another brother. You lost the brother? Yeah, it was somebody named Angie. Angie? She was my cousin. JKE, Marshall, damn fool. Hey, man, that's what I was saying earlier. You don't never pull a gun on no killer, especially if his name is Darnell. But not only that, you don't turn your back on no damn killer like that. I'm looking at this replay again. They go Diamond smashing Madam Wu. This woman ain't sweating. She got on a dress. Her hair is done. Ain't no way this big Mandingo was on top of her, pounding her in that dirty ass couch, and she get up looking like she was doing nails. effing me is a privilege. If you don't get your flat Wu-Tang booty ass up out of here, Madam Wu-Tang booty ass, if you don't shut up, you better be glad you got some of this mandingaling up in this mother, man. You ain't had no Szechuan meat up in there like this. This the privilege. Diamond over there. It could be a bad move. That dirty couch, man. Ugh. Anyway. JKA Kate looked like she was gonna kill Maria. You are gonna leave my boy? She like, what kind of family do you like? Boy. Yami, please help me. Saint Yami, Saint James, Saint Yami, please, go help me. Is it the local family? La familia loco. It's la familia loco. I had to get out. I got to go to Mexico. I go to Mexico. If anyone see a blanquito, they know it is you. Jigga, oh, I forgot all about this part. You think Smurf eventually gonna turn on Jannard? And why did Vic come back in the trailer? Oh my goodness. You playing with Vic coming back in the trailer. I didn't see that part. I hope he dies. You idiot. Unless it was Tommy's funeral, I wouldn't come back, or unless I had an army. That's stupid. And if he did come back, I can't even tell you why he would come back. Maybe that lawyer found a way to trick him or something. He has no reason to come. Maybe the woman he with, I don't know. Smurf, I think he will probably turn on Jannard, and I think Jannard will figure out Ed is tricking him, you know what I'm saying? Is setting him up. So, Ed, I know somebody, they got some funny stories with Ed, man. Ed's something else. That's a character, man. Anyway, I think Ed will get found out that he the inside man for Shanti. And he about to die for them little boxer draws, boxer shorts. He about to die for some boxer shorts. I'm good. Oh, I didn't see this trailer. You said, yeah, Jay, he in the trailer saying, let's get Tommy. Probably to Jannard. Look like he's in the barber shop. What a goofy. He's so whack. I guess Jannard probably called him and said, Tommy killed my brother. Let's join forces. I'm here to CBI. We could take Tommy out for good now. That's probably what he do. Ever since Tommy came, he messed up our stuff. Jigga, you say whatever happened to the barbers that worked in the shop? They just let anybody come downstairs. I mean, for real. And that's the worst hideout that I ever saw. For real. Let me tell you why. It's only one way in, one way out of that business, one way in, one way out of that basement. It's on the corner. It's got glass. People can see you going in and out. Your cars are parked outside, not in a garage. So people know if you are there in the basement. That's just the worst. That safe is sitting there. Everybody can see it. Everything about that location is horrible to me. Horrible. And like I say, I was only in the game for a hot second in the early 90s, mid 90s. And I ain't never was nowhere near none of the stuff they was involved with. And I wouldn't have made them damn move. I ain't gonna be down there. You know, people come down there to get the drop on them, could take them out. Hell, we saw this episode when RSDs came down there. They was in a damn Blaxican standoff up in there. Blaxican standoff. Everybody got their guns pulled on each other right in the basement. Like, it's a blessing they was able to talk their way out of that one, because everybody's standing right in front of each other, can't get out, can't get past. I think that's just the worst place. And it's a horrible front for a drug business, because haircuts don't cost enough. You'd have to cut 1,000 heads to say you got your Lamborghini truck from barbershop. Really? What the hell? You talking about executive cuts for real? The hell your ass talking about? So, that's just horrible front, in my opinion. But anyway, they should have been got the hell out of there. It's only a miracle that they all didn't get murked in their barbershop massacre. So, encouraging warrior. I mean, that's facts. Diamond way too comfortable letting people in that spot. And you over here smashing people in the basement and stuff. Like, dude, what happened to your apartment? You at work? You a workaholic? I can't leave. I'm at work. What you doing? I'm in the base. I'm in the headquarters. The hell you doing? Your ass ain't at work. Unless you count money and moving product, the rest of the day you ain't got nothing to do. Anyway. Oh man, Jigga coming with the facts right here. He said, who patched up the bullet holes in the wall when Kendra fell and can't get back up? I know, right? Hey man, go get me some Mexicans from Miguel. I need to fix this wall. I need to handle that now. Go get me a couple Mexicans from Miguel crew. Oh, you want them to come off the corner? No. His construction crew. Hey, bring some drywall. Get that Tyvek. Got 3 bricks up in the Tyvek. What he say? Got 2 bricks behind the Tyvek, wrapped up in the Tyvex. Hey, don't quote me on the lyrics. That's the Clips. The Clips new got 3 bricks behind the Tyvek. See if y'all don't know what that means. Tyvek is that, material used for building homes. It ain't drywall. But anyway, I think they do make drywall. They talking about hiding it in the wall. Anyway. Yeah, Vic was talking about taking down Egan. Man, that's whack. He should have never. I wouldn't give a damn, man, unless he on a plane coming my way. WC, you say the caliber bullet that Jannard was shooting should have ripped D-Mac arm off. Man, for real. And D-Mac don't weigh but 100 pounds. And he over there taking all them bullets like that. He only took 1, but still. The way they have, man, I don't know. I'll tell you this, and I'm not saying that this is for everybody, because I have heard people that shoot like D-Mac, like this or whatever, instead of trying to take cover and shoot if people shooting at you. So, and he young, so I won't say that's not believable, but most people, if you getting shot at, your natural response is to duck or take cover. You know what I mean? Even if you got a gun, there's just somebody shooting at you. It's like a reaction. If I throw this at you, you might, flinch or duck. You know what I'm saying? So like somebody shooting, you got to have some miswiring in your head, because that's against natural human reaction. I throw a baseball at you, you gonna flinch or move. You know what I'm saying? People shooting at you, you ain't gonna just stand do it, even if you had a gun. Anyway, it was all right. It was crazy. It was good. I'm looking forward to rewatching it. Before I get out of here, I will give y'all a couple predictions for the next episode. And I will be back live tonight, Friday, at about 10 o'clock. I would like to do it earlier, but I don't know. We'll see. But with that being said, here's a prediction. Since everybody say Vic will be back, I just learned that while we was doing this live. Let me think for a second. If Vic is back, of course he gonna want to get Tommy. Trying to think for a second. So they bring him back. What would be the point? Either they're gonna make him get Tommy or Tommy get him. But he tried to get Tommy. Now, we already saw he came close to getting Tommy and it didn't work. He was stopped. We already know it's a power legacy coming. So he won't take out Tommy. Maybe he may get a shot on him, but Tommy won't die. So I'm thinking that the only option the writers really have that makes sense is if Vic comes back, he's trying to get Tommy, and it doesn't work, and he probably goes to jail. And the reason I say that is because we saw Bobby follow the prosecutor guy and see he's getting money from old boy. And I'm thinking maybe the prosecutor dude goes to prison and whatever deal he gave Vic goes out the window, which Vic will be wishing, damn, I shouldn't have came back. And they get him. Now, truth be told, they could really arrest Vic now. I mean, they did catch him in the act with a gun pointed at somebody. I thought that was a crime. You can't go around pulling guns on people, pointed at them, and then what? Because I didn't shoot them, it's all good? No. You cannot pull a gun out and point it at a person, period. That's a crime. Don't you know them people at Wingstop might have caught or something, a little flash or something? If you could do that and then be like, I didn't shoot him. No harm, no foul, right? I didn't shoot him. I just showed him. I pointed it at him and I said, hey, look here. If you don't answer the phone and have my wings ready, I'm just saying, these type of things are out there in the world. That's all. All right. See you later. No, I'm going to jail. So they could actually put his ass in jail right now. They already busted his ass with a gun pointed at somebody. You can't do that. Anyway. Sheena, what's good, girl? You say, hey, y'all, I had a flashback from Sons of Anarchy. I thought Kate was about to take Maria out. Was Maria and Sons of Anarchy too? Yeah, this episode was wild. Shout out Lamont Lucas. Dub C, you say, or some sort of assault rifle, AK-47. What did you say? AK-47. Let's see, Stephen Harris. What did you say, Jay Moore? This is a head scratcher. Power Force taking a break, episode 10. There's a head scratcher. Steve, you so funny, man. D-Mac got shot with a pellet gun. Okay. So you said the caliber bullet that Jannard was shooting should have ripped D-Mac's arm off. It was an AK-47. Was it an AK? I have to relook at that. But if it was an AK-47, see, people don't know, and I could be wrong. So if somebody is more informed about guns than me, you can correct me. But from what I remember talking to gun people, is that most people think bullets go straight or that they'll spin. But from what I was told is that a AK-47 round, it kind of like tumbles. It's still accurate, but this is what I was told. I'm not sure. Like I say, somebody a little more accurate in guns, let me know. I think an AR-15 round tumbles also. And so what that effect means basically is if it's tumbling, it'll cause bigger damage. It doesn't go straight through like how we're used to thinking bullets will go through and come out the other side or whatever. If it's tumbling, it'll twist all up, chop up the meat. If it's a hollow point, then it'll spread out inside. It causes larger areas of damage. You know, if you get shot here and it's a single bullet, you can either get shot here and stuck in that meat or go in there and come out the other side. Whereas if it was tumbling, it'll churn up more of this, leave a bigger hole, which then more blood pours out because the hole is bigger, and either you bleed out or body parts fall off. So anyway, you said she not. Maria's not in Sons of Anarchy. Okay, you said same type of mothers though, borderline obsessed with their sons, willing to take out the girlfriends. Okay. Neither one is in there. Young Slim, you say D-Mac is a bad actor. What I think was with D-Mac is sometimes these emotions, the emotional scenes, maybe is what it is. Like when he tried to get mad, because to be honest, he a real cool dude. So maybe, and I don't know him that well, so I don't want to speak for him like I know him so well, but maybe when he's supposed to be angry or mad or like, man, you better, maybe that ain't his nature or character so much. I don't know. But when he not doing that type of stuff, I think is a lot smoother. But I will give him credit that this episode, I think he did really well with how he handled with Marshall and took him out. Like when Marshall said that, he kind of looked at him like, and then he pulled it on him. I think well, for one, they've known each other for a while now, and then working with each other. And from what I think I know, I don't want to speak too much again. I don't know them like that, so I don't know all they business, but I believe they friends in real life too. So that would help bring that emotion together if you got to really like take out your real friend in the show and y'all talking about, man, we brother, we been this and that. Man, what is that? Like, I think Marshall Ahmad, he does a really good job on emotional scenes. I think that's like one of his bread and butter, things is he can really be mad or sad and things. But like when he do normal stuff, like in the Shy, it doesn't really carry as much, like trying to be the writer or whatever. But whenever it's some emotional stuff, I think he does a good job with emotional scenes. You could feel that anger or emotion and stuff. So, and I think emotional scenes are the hardest scenes to do as an actor. So, I'm not saying it like this is the easiest part because that's why a lot of people tap into other feelings or emotions, and sometimes it's harder for younger people because they probably haven't had those situations to tap into. I remember it was a time like trying to pretend to be a parent or something before I had kids or something. Yeah, we can act or do certain things, but it's a certain way I would approach it now versus when I was in my 20s versus, what I would do. What's good, B? Happy New Year. Everybody, I'm about to wrap this up. I hope everybody have a happy new year. And I'll be back tonight at 10 and I'll do the live call-ins. Make sure I get some rest so I can be up for a minute. We can chop it up and I'm gonna get some pictures for Darnell Diamond. I will say, and I'm only bringing this up because of like behind the scenes, inside baseball type conversation, but you know, in a lot of TV shows and movies, a lot of actors, as most people know, they wearing makeup or the tattoos ain't real. Like on my character, I had tattoos on my hands and neck and face. None of that's real. Um, and it take a little bit of time to put those tattoos on. So the reason I brought it up is when we saw Diamonds getting a little Wu-Tang, he was dipping his little ding ding in some little what is it, wonton soup. He put his little dumpling in that wonton soup over there. I will say he got a big ass 50 cent ass tattoo on his back. His whole back is covered in tats. And you know, that was real, I believe. But it was interesting. They could have been making Diamond look more intimidating, I guess. But then again, tattoos played out. Everybody got tattoos, so having a bunch of tattoos don't necessarily make you look more gangster or intimidating. But but when I was filming, I told them put a tattoo on my head right here. I know I said that a few times for people watching, but they didn't do it. And then when I went into the prison scene or whatever, we went into prison, they had a bunch of extras there that was like real Mexicans. It was a lot of people there, a lot of people, and they ain't even on camera really. But anyway, uh, it was a couple of them there that did have the tattoo on their head and stuff. I was like, oh shoot. I'm glad they didn't do that. They'd be like, hey man, you fronting, Holmes. You know how you didn't do it. You got to take it off, Holmes. You're not with the cartel, Holmes. And be like, hold on. Angie, help me, Angie. Oh my goodness gracious. The scene came back when Tommy supposedly had 2 security guards at the house to watch over his mama and Maria. This boy with this machine gun in the window, he looked like he 12 years old. He couldn't have been no more than 18 at best. And good grief. Tommy like a little gangster Epstein over here. You recruiting, instead of doing stuff in the bed, you recruiting killers over here. Child soldiers. You like a little Somali warlord over here. Hey, you want to have some money? Come with me. Kill for me. I'll make sure you have a turkey in every refrigerator. Now, it'd be a turkey in every oven. It'd be a chicken on every table with a piece of watermelon. I know how you like it. Like, Tommy, get your punk ass, you old child trafficking soldiers, child soldiers having ass, dude. With Tariq, Marshall, D-Mac, these 2 little punks in the window. I know I just put that together. Y'all ain't gonna hear that theory nowhere else but here. He got child soldiers, man. This is a crime against humanity. It's the UN outrage. I'm just playing. I'm just joking, y'all. But it is kind of true if you think about it. Damn, man. We got all these young dudes in here. JKE taught me like R. Kelly with drug dealing. Hey, instead of going to high schools picking up the girls, he go looking for the boys. And that loud ass car. You like cars, Dave? Hey there, you little boy. You like nice cars? You want one like me one day? Here's my number. Give me a call. You can work for me. They'd be like, oh, thanks, Ray Ray. Hey, man, here's a bud. Here's a joint. Oh, thanks, Tom Tom. I'm going to go work for Tommy. New car for Tommy. New watch for Tommy. Tommy don't give a damn about nobody in the hood. He only care about his money. I say they don't even care about local no more. I say, hey, Tommy. Tommy committing war crimes. All right, for real. Hey, I'm looking for a few pirates. Who's with me? We're going to take over this whole area, just like Somalia. Crimes and war crimes. Hey, if they want to take me down, you better call in the UN. Only people big enough to bring me down is where they at? The UN. What is the other one? Shit. The Fast and Furious. If you ain't Vin Diesel, you can't come see me. That's what the next spinoff is gonna be. It's all about family. Whose family will survive? They're gonna have Mr. Nobody working on the case to bring Tommy in. Mr. Nobody. They're gonna have a Rock coming in with some old corny ass some bitch. Hey, this some bitch. Hey, come here. Throwing people through the wall and shit. Anyway, as y'all can tell, it's getting late. It's late. I'm tired. Let me get up out of here. I done went to joke mode. JKE. Hey, Jay, do you think Chris Lofton, aka Jannard, could play Alpo Rico, Cam's character, the new paid in full series 50 Cent is playing? It seemed perfect. Actually, it does seem perfect. He don't look like him, but he could. Actually, I've said this a bunch. I like Chris Lofton's acting. I think Chris Lofton, Jannard, is doing a good job on this show. And I think this genre, I haven't seen him in other stuff too much. You know, he was in that movie Hardball with Keanu Reeves as and Michael B. Jordan was in that too. They were playing baseball in Chicago. Chris Lofton from Chicago, which is why he does such a great job at this, because it really is authentic Chicago. A lot of these people are actually from Chicago though too. So is D-Mac and Marshall and a bunch of people. But anyway, Chris Lofton is in that movie. He only like 12 or something in that movie. He a little kid playing baseball. I think he died in the movie. He was one that died. Not a little T-Baby or something. What T-Baby? T-Baby died. T-Baby got shot. They shot T-Baby. T-Baby was about to be somebody. I think that was his name. T-Baby. Interpol. He was in Gridiron Gang. Yeah, Chris Lofton. I like Chris Lofton, his acting. I never met him, so I don't know. I wouldn't say I like or know him, personally, but I think he do a good job on this show. I give him his credit. Credit where credit is due. All right, y'all. Let me get up out of here. You say South Central. I just finished watching that movie. South Central. Yeah. New car for Tommy. New car for Ray Ray. New house for Ray Ray. Ray Ray don't give a damn about the homies on the block no more. He don't even care about Loco. He wouldn't even have the damn pot he had when Loco making his round and smoking that shit. That movie is a comedy to me. He shot OG. He shot little J-Rock. J-Rock was still in that radio. He blasted his little ass with a shotgun. That little bastard stole my blood, punk. Would have blew him to pieces. Anyway. All right, y'all. Yeah, shout out to Diamond. Rest in peace. I doubt they gonna get his big heavy ass to the damn ambulance. Who gonna pick him up? You gonna need 4 or 5 people. They gonna have to carry him like RoboCop. Y'all remember when RoboCop had them bad programs? He had to electrocute it up. They like, God damn, let's carry him inside. They like, ooh. Everybody was like one person carrying the arm. Each one of them carried. They're like, ah. They gonna have to carry that boy like RoboCop. Damn, get the head. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. RoboCop. Was Ghost in Gridiron Gang? Shout out to Chosen King. He must not have had no speaking parts. I think you may be confusing that with whatchamacallit. He a good actor too. What's his name? I don't think it was Amari, but he might have been. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody for coming through. We're gonna call it a wrap tonight. I'll be back in the morning, in the evening. I'm about to say morning, afternoon, evening, good night. All right, y'all. I'm gonna stick to my fumes, and I'll let y'all know how it's going. Anyway, deuces. Rest in peace, Diamond. You lucky because I was coming for you. You lucky they got you before I could. It's all good. That was my kill, though. I'll get Jannard instead. All right, y'all. Peace. I'm up out of here.